So, in advance of this game two clash between the Nuggets and Lakers, I just wanted to take a little bit of time, release a video talking about some of the outlandish that I've heard from both fan bases, especially the Lakers fan base, in the last couple of days and just in the basketball sphere in general. I have never seen, really ever, a fan base more confident than the Lakers fan base after losing game one. And I totally understand there was some strategic element to the second half where the Lakers got themselves into a better groove defensively. They got some more traction with their defensive scheme, and putting Rui on Jokic was a nice adjustment. And yeah, I understand all the statistics. I get that the points per possession dove under one per when the Lakers put Rui Hachimura on Jokic and had Davis roaming the back line. But it's not like, oh my goodness, Rui Hachimura is the answer to defending Nikola Jokic. Rui Hachimura is a very good post defender and very, very good at actually using his strength and the strength of his lower body to defend post players bigger and stronger than him overall. But it's not as if he's some Jokic stopper. The reason that that would work, and the reason that that is one of many Lakers strategies on defense that they're going to throw at Jokic during every game and during the series, is because Davis can help. Davis can roam and be a sort of Robert Williams III guy who can use his length to bother Jokic when Jokic inevitably beats Rui Hachimura with a spin move or a hook shot or what have you. It is Davis, and it will always be Davis, who is the head of the snake and the reason that Jokic has any sort of difficulty. If you leave Rui Hachimura or anybody really, other than maybe Anthony Davis, on an island with Jokic, he's going to beat them like a drum. That's just the reality. So expect to see a lot of different strategies, like I said. Expect to see mostly Anthony Davis on Jokic. I expect to see that at least 50% of the time. I expect probably just for them to start Rui at the beginning of this game and see how that goes, because they can use his shooting to spread the floor, and he's a great rebounder for his size. He's an excellent secondary ring protector to help Davis. Davis will always be the head of the snake for the Lakers. This is the ultimate clash between the best defense in the league post trade deadline when the Lakers remade their team, and the best, most consistent offense in the league all year, especially in that building in Denver and especially at altitude. So again, this is going to be that clash, and the Lakers are going to throw different looks at Jokic. Not just that as well. You might see a lot of Jared Vanderbilt on Jamal Murray. If the Nuggets go to pick and roll early in the game, you might start seeing LeBron guard Jokic to try to bother him a bit so they can switch pick and roll more easily and sort of clog the space. Again, this series will be about the Lakers trying to use length and pressure to take away Jokic's space and make sure that he's not the best offensive engine in the world, which he's been this entire year. He and Steph Curry are 1-2 in that area in some order. So what the Lakers need to focus on, and they can absolutely win this game, what they need to focus on primarily is keeping the Nuggets out of transition and trying to get into transition themselves, but primarily keeping the Nuggets out of transition. That was the key thing that killed them in half one and allowed the Nuggets to build their massive lead. Because at the end of the day, the Nuggets, if you let them get out in transition, they have a lot of good athletes. Aaron Gordon, Bruce Brown. Jokic is one of the best at throwing the ball ahead to jumpstart transition. The Lakers have a bad habit, and have had a bad habit for a while, of LeBron, Anthony Davis especially. They fall down under the basket. They have difficulty, getting down the court. LeBron and Anthony were jogging back in transition multiple times in the first half of game one. The Lakers can't do that. The Lakers need to ensure that they get back, have guys above the break when a shot goes up so that the Nuggets can't get out in transition. And most importantly, the Lakers need to not have live ball turnovers. They had several really lazy, bad possessions where they were throwing the ball either out of bounds or to the other team in half one, and the Nuggets killed the Lakers in those situations. So the Lakers need to have better possessions, slow it down if necessary, but they need to ensure that the Nuggets can't get out in transition and be effective as they were in the first half of game one. And so just to cap it, is this a must win for the Lakers? In terms of raw reality, probably not, but this is as close to a leverage must win as you'll find. Obviously, it's never a must win until you are on the brink of losing the series. But the thing that you have to remember is that, yes, the Nuggets are not nearly as good on the road, but the reality is when you have maybe the best offensive engine in the world who can just walk into your building and drop 40, 20, 15 on you and you just lose. When that's a possibility, and trust me, that's on the table every game with Nikola Jokic. He's just that fucking good. When you have that on the table, you don't want to risk having no margin for error and having to win every home game to compete in the series. The Lakers need to give themselves some margin for error because Jokic will often take that margin for error. So should be a great game, should be very competitive, and depending on the Lakers' attention to detail and ability to keep the Nuggets out of transition, and obviously how both teams shoot, should be a great one. Enjoy the game, everybody.